How y'all doing? How y'all living? It's a great day out here. It's a little bit chilly. It's a cold April 4th. I tell you what, makes a lot of sense. You know what I'm saying? But I tell you something else. Doesn't matter how cold, how hot, it's always the time and the right time to kick a little narc ass. Let's get right into it. Listen, let's talk about some of these female narcissists for a whole hot second. I'm not going to hold y'all too long. I got a lot of videos I got to put out. Looks like you guys are liking the pre-recorded videos more than the live streams. So I got to make do with that. But I got to get out here and have a conversation with y'all. And you got to get some of this nature, okay? I like to give you best of both worlds. I like to give you what we got, you know what I'm saying, going on inside the office, but also get you out here and let you see some of this nature. I've got to clean my cameras off before coming out here, you guys. You know what I'm saying? I apologize. But while you're looking at nature, and I'm going to panorama around, I want you to think about the title here, right? Unchecked Woman's Ego. It's crazy. It has her out here talking about it's just about energy, and men and women have both. That's crazy. That's crazy talk. Listen, when women come out saying stuff like this, got my notes here, saying that, women have the same energy as men and men have the same energy as women. Put these headphones on. It's just them talking crazy. It's another way to emasculate a man. It's babbling. It's one of those fembot moments, like when you hear another fembot saying, "Well, women can do it too, and men do it as well." That kind of stuff, like that low IQ. They don't really have any kind of talking points. Getting these rocks in my Crocs. Getting rocks in my Crocs. They don't have any talking points. It's just about countering whatever you say. And if they're just going to counter whatever you say, I mean, that's just low IQ, you know what I'm saying, type of behavior and speech, but this is what they do. There's no real thought put into anything, man. Come on. And, I hear it and it bothers me now. Like, it's getting mainstream. I'm starting to hear celebrities saying this kind of stuff where, I'm just in my masculine energy and a lot of men can't handle that because a man's not supposed to handle your Jezebel spirit that's on you, okay? There is no such thing as a woman in masculine energy. There is no such thing as a man in feminine energy. Now, when you're doing stuff like this, you're confusing, you're conflating, and you're causing problems, which is, when you're an agent of chaos, you narcissists out here doing the devil's bidding, this is what you want to do. And this is why I tell you, gentlemen, you got to pay attention. You got to look for the ladies that are very few and in between that are out here, because when these spiritual women, which is the modern woman 2.0, which is the Jezebel spirit of old, they have a crafty way of trying to project their ideology through common talk, just regular old water cooler talk. But it's not really that. So again, I have a couple of videos I'm going to break down where women are even talking in the right kind of way. Like, they can see where we're trying to go with this, but they're still putting all the blame on men. They're still making it seem like it's a man's problem or fault. Listen, 420 on the timers, I say this. It's not a man's fault that Jezebels are present, because there are males out here that are going to lay with those Jezebels no matter what, okay? And we have no control over those kind of situations. You know what I'm saying? A Jezebel is going to do what Jezebel does. And a man that likes Jezebels are going to do what that man that likes Jezebels is going to do, man. I can't stand listening to a podcast where men are giving air to women that are talking like, well, you guys, y'all are part of the problem because a lot of y'all seem like y'all only want. I don't care what a lot of y'all. What is a lot of y'all? What does that even mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not specific to anything. It's just a lot of broad generalizations. And then it's funny, these same women, when dudes do the same thing, they'll be like, "Oh, there you go, painting a wide brush." You know what I'm saying? Broad generalizations. I'm like, come on, man. This is why we tell y'all it's best to go overseas. For one, it should be part of your process into true manhood. It should be a rite of passage. You should all be trying to get yourselves to the point where you're digital nomads and you can live anywhere. If you want to stay in the States, that's fine. But if you want to be a digital nomad, well, you're going to be a digital nomad and be an expat or passport bro, regardless, because you want to have the options of being able to get up and leave and move as you see fit. Sitting here in the States and acting like you have no options is a reason why we have this mass lunacy going on right now where women are doing the most. And in just the hopes of us getting a little sniff of the coochie. You know what I'm saying? Listen, look, I'm just like any other red-blooded American. You know what I'm saying? I love the coochie coo. You know what I'm saying? But the effort you got to put in to get a little cooch, you know what I'm saying? Nowadays, it's not worth it. You know what I'm saying? So, look, you guys are putting in a lot of money per year. I think if you go through your taxes, now you ain't got to go that far. Go through the 6 months of your debit card statements and see how much money you're spending on dates and things of that nature for women just to get a whiff of the cooch. You know what I'm saying? If you look at that and you just break it down for a second and be like, man, if I were to invest in some of this stuff, because a lot of you guys have great investment ideas, great plans, but you think that you have to, if you think about it, a lot of the reason why you're chasing these women is because you're told socially to do so. If you think about it, and you don't have to do this, you know what I'm saying? It's part of the process of keeping you in your lower energies to have you chasing women that don't want you in the first place. These women just want to have a good time, just like young guys do. And for us to think that they're going to have less than 5 bodies by the time you get to them it's a dream. But you can find women of this caliber overseas because they don't have as many options. You know what I'm saying? They're not over there running around trying to compete with men. Let's keep it going. I said that. Absolutely. Okay, yeah. So let's get into this B4 thing. I'm going to put it in the title. The women got this B4 movement, and one of them jumped in one of my live streams the other day and brought it up, and it was ridiculous. And, this Jezebel jumps in my live stream and says, hey, have you heard of the B4 movement? I says to the Jezebel, no, I haven't. The Jezebel says, you will. And I says to the Jezebel, not today. It was so quick and it was so smooth that Jezebel had to laugh at it, because I'm telling you, man, I don't care who it is. People just want to get under your skin. What does the B4 movement have to do with me? Isn't that like a woman's version of men going their own way? Aren't y'all once again copying everything that you see? I'm going to tell you something. What you females don't understand, when Big Daddy, you know what I'm saying, Govey gets behind you and seems to push all of your stupid ass movements that aren't necessary, right? You come out with one like at least once a year, at least. And they get all this notoriety and push on these great platforms and social media and media. You have to understand that, listen, you're in the pocket of Big Daddy. And Big Daddy is doing what he does best, which is oppress and suppress the OG original man. And you're just doing their bidding. That's all you're doing. You're not doing nothing else. Every time we start something, y'all hijack it and put your own name on it and control the narrative. That's all you're doing right now is damage control. Once again, because these movements come out of nowhere, most of you women don't really come up with any ideas. You just attach yourself to something and then rebrand it. So, obviously, they have some plants out here. They put the plants out. The plants put out the information. And then you guys just, oh, that's a great one right there because you guys see that men don't want nothing to do with you. You see that men, and listen, this isn't to ladies because ladies will always have men. But to you females, you see that men don't want you, and you see all the work that men are putting in to get online, and we're uniting. So now Big Daddy has to get behind y'all because, again, you got to understand, if men are going their own way and they're going overseas, their money and funds are going with them. Why do you think that the divorce rates are the way that they are? They're skewed so much in women's favor. And then what happens to a man after divorce, unless you're lucky like me, where your ex-wife gets pregnant while you're separated? See, I'm a man that knows that person, and I knew she wouldn't keep her legs closed. I knew there'd be a bastard baby on the way, and all I got to do is wait it out. But a lot of men aren't that lucky. Unfortunately, a lot of men have fallen to Jezebels that faked it till they made it, got a kid from them, and then now that man's living in hell. Listen, man, these movements, they're going to come out with them once or twice a year. They basically hijack what we're doing. Men have been going their own way, and we've been pushing hard for this to pass. I would definitely say 4 months at least. I mean, men are pretty much united on it, and now they're having a movement that's backed by the powers that be, that's getting notoriety, and they're also out here. Like when that one woman jumps into my live stream to let me know about it, how great is your movement where you have to force feed it to men, whereas the men's movement is so broad, and it goes to show that women really do care what men think and what's going on with men, to where it's forcing y'all to try to force whatever kind of shit y'all got going on down our throats. And we don't even care. We know it's going to be here today and gone tomorrow, like the other movements you've had, which are normally copycat, copy paste movements. We're all of men, the young guys, middle-aged guys, older guys, are all just going our own way. We're doing different things within those groups, and we're all working together to try to figure out a better path in life. You know what I'm saying? Collectively. And now all of a sudden you guys have the same thing going on. You guys do this all the time. It's not nothing new, and it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter. You can try to inform us about it. Like that lady tried to be all dramatic in my live stream. You will know. And now I know. I educated myself on it, and it means nothing. It's another nothing burger. You guys have another movement to where you're justifying the fact that no man wants you. So when you're saying that women are walking away and it's not about decentering men, it's just about women empowering themselves and growing independently and self-improving and hitting the gym and you know um, going within and healing, and it really sounds like what men have been doing for the past so many months. It really sounds like all y'all do is take what we do, and then Big Daddy goes ahead and gives you a couple plants to have it all framed out for you, and then you all run with it. You never source it out and figure out where this comes from. You never try to figure out where these names and terms and who's coming up with this. You just roll with it because it sounds good and it makes you feel nice. Well, listen, we don't care what crap you have going on. Y'all don't even understand that y'all operate the same way that these governments operate through, what I'm saying? It's really psyops, man. It's psychological warfare. And y'all are just doing it on a smaller scale, but it's still oppression. It really is. And, men having to be intuitive like we are and having instincts like we do, right? We know not to listen to words because this is where y'all are hiding. You're hiding in this bastard language of English with the double meanings and all this different triple meanings. and playing around with words and wordplay. And that's why a man has to have true discernment and know how to move and move in silence as well. And we're doing so, and it's bothering y'all. It's bothering y'all to the point where, you have to try to, you can tell that what's going on is going to probably be a marker in history. So what Big Daddy's doing with you is reframing history so that you guys can come out where it seems like women decided to go their own way instead of men. We're just watching them frame history, reframe it right before our eyes. So, depending on how big this movement gets, is really letting you know how great of an impact on history the men doing what we're doing right now is having. That's all that it is. I mean, that's what I look at it for. Like, okay, so y'all are right here once again, because it just went from one movement of talking mess about men. I can't remember the name of it, but they just came out of one, and now they got this one, and this one has slid in too quickly. They should have waited to like the end of the year. You know what I'm saying? But no, they slid it in here already. But I guess what they feel like is going on is we're reshaping history so quickly. They got to try to find a way to save women, their psyches. So it's just like, oh, it's not the men are walking away and don't want nothing to do with us. It's us walking away from them. Oh, of course. That's why you're constantly harassing men and chasing men down and putting men in proxy relationships and scenarios and studying men, mimicking everything that we do. It's because you don't want us. Absolutely. It makes so much sense, man, that it don't make sense. I'm trying to tell you, man, we're on a whole new level with this. We're no longer able to be gaslit by you low IQs, and we're able to see the agendas because y'all are just a bunch of puppets. Y'all are puppets. So it doesn't really matter what you say. You have somebody with their hand, right up your butt, telling you what to say and giving you talking points. And you're not concerned with where they come from and how it makes no sense and how it's going to get you absolutely nowhere. It's going to get you nowhere. You got to smash that like button. Everything that you're doing is doing nothing but getting you nowhere. So, they already have this going on in South Korea, right? Women have decided that they're just no longer going to reproduce. That doesn't mean that you're going to stop the human race, goofies. It just means we're going to go somewhere else. I don't get it, man. Your egos are so out of control and unchecked that you believe what you're doing is in some kind of way helping your situation out. This is why men got to go lone wolf, man. This is why we got to go lone wolf. See, y'all don't understand. Y'all think we think like y'all do. Women need some kind of herd, beehive, group think. It helps them in a way of survival mode, and it makes sense. Men don't need that at all. We don't need herd talk, group think. We don't need to take in the consideration of a bunch of weirdos' opinions. If we see that the milk's gone bad, then we go and find ourselves some good milk somewhere else. Probably freshly squeezed, from another source, outsourced, if you will, overseas or something. Now, I'm overstacking up my cash, man. All I'm thinking about is making as much money as possible, and other men are thinking the same. Now, when we get online and we entertain a little bit of what y'all are talking about, y'all taking that to heart. We're not paying up no attention. We're getting our views up the same way y'all are. We're not worried about it. We know where we need to go to get treated like kings. And when emperors are in their emperor hockey, the way that we're moving, y'all, I got to make One Piece references because I love that anime. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely number 2 after Dragon Ball Z. Shout out to the late, great, you know what I mean? But, we're in our emperor's hockey like we are now. It's no more BS. It's get with it or shut up. We're not going to sit here and let you babble. I got a video of a young man who's doing the right thing, and there's a woman he's doing this panel with, and the look of disgust on her face. She can't sit still. She needs to look away. She's drinking a beverage and making sure she's as dramatic as possible, looking away from him while he's speaking. She keeps interrupting. It's the craziest thing in the world, and he's just speaking his truth. He's tapped in, he's getting downloads, and while he's speaking, all she's doing is making the point for him about how disrespectful things are over here, and guys are just waking up to it. When you know that you're you know what I'm saying, a part of God, and you're a man, and you're walking, you know, image of God in this realm, then that makes you a God, little G. And I'm not going to be sitting around here being a God, little G, listening to a goddess, little G, try to tell me shit. I'm going to go to the Most High, and that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way to go. Hey, what's going on, family? What's going on, tribe? Hey, you guys, do me a favor. I get off of here. Check out the merch. The site is up and going. I'm just waiting on mine to make its way in the mail. But you guys can look around. More merch coming. You guys want to drop some ideas for merch? Feel the need to give me any recommendations? Go ahead and drop some comments, you guys. But I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. You guys smash that like button if you haven't already. More content coming, pre-recorded videos. Let's do this. Love y'all. And